Listen, you're not behind, you're not failing, and you're definitely not lost. You might actually be closer than you think. Let's talk about it.
I know time for lagging. I know time for lagging. I know time for lagging. Yeah.
Family, if you are a subscriber, welcome back. And if you are new here, welcome to the family. Now, let me talk to you. Yes, you. The one who keeps asking God quietly, am I doing this right? Because you don't feel success yet. You don't feel accomplished yet. You don't feel like you've gotten there yet. And because you don't feel it, you start to question everything: your calling, your direction, your decision, even your timing. You keep wondering, what if I'm just wasting time? Today, I want to give you 3 signs that you are on the right track. And listen, don't click off early, because sign number 3 is the one almost nobody recognizes, and it's the one that confirms everything. So, sign number 1: things feel harder than you expected. Nobody talks about this part. We expect that when we are in God's will, things should feel smooth. Doors should open. Favor should just flow. Confidence rises, right? Life just feels easy. But the Bible shows us the opposite. Let's talk about Moses, right? God tells Moses, I'm sending you to free my people. Huge calling, powerful purpose, divine assignment. So Moses goes to Pharaoh, full of obedience, and things immediately gets worse before they even get better, right? Pharaoh increases the workload, the people get angry at Moses, and everything becomes harder. And Moses literally goes back to God and says, Lord, why did you send me? Like, God, why am I in the middle of this? Have you ever felt that? Like, obedience made life harder. Like, stepping out into faith made things more difficult. And here's the truth most people don't know: resistance is confirmation. When you start moving towards purpose, resistance shows up, because comfort never fights back. Distractions never fights back. Wasted potential never fights back. But purpose, it creates friction. If everything in your life is suddenly feeling heavier, it might not be that you're off track. It might just mean that you just stepped onto the right track. You are stepping into the right direction. And this leads us right into number 2. Number 2, the sign for number 2, you feel stretched and uncomfortable. Now, listen, this one is huge, right? You feel like you don't fit where you used to fit anymore. You're growing out of conversations, growing out of environments, growing out of mindsets, but you haven't fully stepped into the new version of your life yet. So now you feel stuck, and you feel like you're in the middle, too big for the past and too new for the future. This is one of the most uncomfortable places to be in. And let's talk about David. Before David became king, hear me, he was anointed king. And this part is so important. He was chosen, but he was not crowned. Imagine knowing you're called for more, but still living the same life, still watching sheep, still overlooked, still waiting. David had the promise, but not the platform. And many of you are living in that kind of space right now. You can feel the growth happening inside. Your mindset is changing, your faith is growing, your vision is expanding, but your external life hasn't caught up yet. And it makes you wonder, am I called, or am I doing something wrong? And I'm here to tell you that no, you are in the stretching season. And stretching always feels uncomfortable, because God grows you internally before he elevates you externally. And now, right, the sign that most people misunderstand. Sign number 3, you feel like quitting more than ever. Yes, this is the big one. The closer you get to your breakthrough, the louder the voice to quit becomes. This is what nobody tells you. The urge to quit doesn't mean you're failing. It often means you're close. Let's talk about Elijah, right? The man called down fire from heaven. Amazing. Miracles happened, power, victory. And right after his biggest win, he runs into the wilderness and says, God, I want to die. How many of us have actually been there? You have your greatest victory, but then after your greatest victory, something happens, and then you cancel out everything that just happened before. Isn't that shocking? One of the greatest prophets in the Bible wanted to quit right after breakthrough. Why? Because spiritual battles peak before spiritual breakthrough. The enemy doesn't fight beginnings, he fights the finish lines. So when the urge to quit gets louder, when discouragement feels stronger, when doubt gets heavier, you might not be losing, you might be approaching the finish line of a season. And if the enemy can convince you to quit early, to quit today, you'll never see what God had up next for you. So let me remind you of the three things that we talked about today. Number one, things feel harder than expected. Number two, you feel stretched and uncomfortable. Number three, you feel like quitting more than ever. None of these feel like success. None of these feel like progress. But spiritually, they are huge indicators you are moving forward. You are not lost. You are not behind. You are not wasting time. You are in the process. And God does his best work in the process. So don't quit now. Not when growth is happening, not when stretching is happening, not when resistance is happening, because what feels like pressure is often preparation. What feels like delay is often development. What feels like struggle is often transformation. You may not see the full picture yet, but God does. And remember this, keep showing up, because I believe that if you show up, God will too. If you are not a subscriber, consider subscribing. God bless you, and I will see you on the next one.